Yeah. Yesterday, just given you some idea about React.js. Okay. 1 second. Yes. We have seen what is React.js and what is client-side script. So like that, it is open source library of JavaScript. Okay. Yeah. So React.js is nothing but the library of JavaScript. What the meaning of this library? Yes. Library means it is providing the set of functionalities. Okay. Yes. So in JavaScript, if you want to implement any concept, we need to write number of lines coding. Okay. So that is ready-made available in this React.js. So like that, many functionalities are available in the form of library. Okay. So it is open source library of JavaScript. It is client-side script. Yeah, what is meaning of client-side script? The script which is executing in browser. Yes, we are calling as client-side script. Yes, yesterday I told you to work with the web applications. We are using two types of scriptings. One is client-side script. Another one is server-side script. Yes. Yeah. So client-side script is executing in browser and server-side script is executing in web server. Okay. So here React.js is an open source library of JavaScript and it is a client-side script. Okay, where it is executing in browser. Okay. Yes. So why we are using client-side scripts? Already I told you this point. Very important concept. Okay, what the reason? What is the reason to use client-side scripts? Okay, first one is to apply dynamic functionalities on HTML controls. Already told you what is that. By default, all HTML controls are static controls. Static controls means what is the meaning of that? Not possible to change the properties of controls at runtime. Okay, yes. For example, if you take text box or button or image or any other control, those control properties we cannot change at runtime in HTML. But my requirement, sometimes we need to change the properties of those controls. In that point of view, taking the support of client-side scripts. Different types of client-side scripts are available. So JavaScript and next level technology of JavaScript like React, Angular, etc. Like that. Next one. Validate HTML. Yes. So in validations point of view, also we are using these client-side scripts. Okay. Yes. For example, username text box is empty or not. Password retype password matching or not. Like these type of validations you want to perform. Then also we are taking the support of these client-side scripts. Next one, to work with Ajax concepts. So Ajax is very powerful concept. Okay. So these days, without Ajax, we don't send the request to the server. Actually, Ajax we are using to send a request to the server without submitting the web page. Yes, what the reason? We can send a request to the server without submitting the web page. That is the reason why we are using Ajax. Yes. So in that point of we are taking the support of Ajax. Ajax you want to work. Okay, you want to work with Ajax compulsory. So client-side script is required. Okay, so that's why here to work with Ajax. Next one here to execute some logics browser. Yeah. So if anybody asks you in interviews, what is the user client-side script in which point of we are using, you have to tell these 4 points. Yes. The main points are, one is to apply dynamic functionalities and HTML controls. And next one to validate the input controls. And next one to work with the Ajax. And the next one to execute some logics in browser. So these are the main reasons. If we take JavaScript or next level technologies of JavaScript like React, Angular, etc., the main purpose is all these functionalities we can do. So here, if I write logics in React.js, those logics are executed in browser. If you take any server-side script like JSP, ASP, PHP, etc., so these server-side scripts logics are executing in web server. Yes, so client-side script logics are executing where browser, and server-side script logics are executing in web server. Now here, my question is, which results user can see immediately? Client-side script results or server-side script results? Obviously, client-side script results only, because those results are displaying in browser and that logic is executing where in browser. Is this clear? Yeah. So that's just client-side script results are very faster than server-side script results. That is the main point. Okay. Yes. So that's why most of the logics in web applications we are implementing using client-side scripts. So around 70%, 60 to 70% coding is client-side only in websites. Remaining is server-side. Okay. So mainly server-side code we are using to create sessions, and we are also using server-side script to connect with the database of web server, because web server database is available in server mission. So that database you want to connect. So in that point of view, also we are taking the support of server side scripts. So those are the main reasons why we are using client side script and server side script. Now this React JS, who implemented, yesterday already told you that point in the demo class. Yes, Jordan working. In 2013, he implemented this one. So the main reason behind this implementation is initially he planned to work with some concept of chat in Facebook application. So for that, he implemented this React.js in year 2013. Is this clear? Yes. Later, okay. So this React.js released as open source technology for outsiders, and many websites like Instagram, Apple, okay, like that, Flipkart, all these websites working based on this React.js. Is this clear? Yes. So here Jordan Waki is an employee of Facebook. Okay. So initially the main reason to work with the chatting application of Facebook implemented this React.js. Basic version is 1.0. Later he modified many things, and that with the people of Facebook, other team members, they released many versions like 2, 3, 4, 5, and now 18 is available in this software industries. So it is maintaining by Facebook Corporation. Okay. Yes. Now here, features already we have discussed. What are the features? Okay, those brief idea. So the main advantage of React.js compared with JavaScript, because JavaScript is very powerful. Yes, JavaScript is already available to work with the client-side logics. But why should I go with the server this React.js? That is very main basic question. Yes, yeah. So then your answer would be it supports data binding. Data binding means a link we can create between variable and HTML control. The control may be text box or paragraph or heading tag or any other control. What is the main purpose of this link? Yes, what are the updates we are performing on the variable? Those directly affecting on the means that modification results are displaying directly with HTML control. So for that, we need not write any extra logics to get the updates of variable and to display on the HTML control. Is it clear? Yes. That's the first point. Okay. And the next one here, it supports single page application. Means single page application means without reloading the browser, you can navigate, user can navigate to another page. Navigation means a redirection. Okay, from home page to about us to contact us, like that. These type of navigations user can perform without reloading the browser. Okay, and next one here, React.js supports virtual DOM. So this virtual DOM is not recreating the original DOM every time, because by default, if you take HTML template, that HTML template contains one DOM. So when you are modifying any control on the browser, every time DOM is recreating with the modifications. Means when we are performing the updates, so every time DOM is recreating. But in this scenario, if you observe here, virtual DOM is available between the original DOM and this HTML browser. Okay, not HTML browser. So that's why what is the role of this virtual DOM? If you are doing any modifications on the browser, then virtual DOM is identifying those modifications. Only those modifications it is applying on original DOM instead of recreating it again and again. Is this clear? So that is the concept of this. Okay. Yes. Next one. Yeah. Now, if you take this React.js, so React.js, one point I will tell you, in performance point of view, compare with the Angular, React is faster. Why? Because the reason is because of this virtual DOM. That is the main reason. So that React is faster. And if you take this data binding single page application, these concepts are available in both Angular and React. And next one, React also supports JSX format. JSX stands for JavaScript XML. Means what is meaning of JavaScript XML? We can directly place the HTML script inside the JavaScript. I will show you how to work with this concept. Okay, so it is very advantageous for us to display the results of JavaScript and HTML controls. This is JSX format. Okay, fine. So React supports the JSX format. Next one. Yeah. React.js, if you take, okay, React.js supports many validators to apply the validation. Okay, and React.js supports React native concept, that native we are using to develop the mobile applications, hybrid mobile applications. What is meaning of hybrid mobile application? Only one mobile application can run under many devices, like, okay, Android phone, iOS, etc. Is this clear? So that is the concept of this. Okay, fine. So here it is very helpful for us, because if you develop any software using Android, okay, that if you develop any app using Android, that app will not run under iOS. In case if you use iOS, okay, to develop the app, then it is not running under, okay, then it is not running under, okay, Android. So that's why here, for example, if I develop any application by using Android, it will not support Microsoft mobiles. Like that, every technology is fixed for that related mobile softwares. But only one application, one device means we need to develop many applications for many devices, like for Android, iOS, Microsoft, etc. So that's when market phone gap technology was introduced. So phone gap, the benefit is only one application we can implement which is compatible with different types of mobile phones. The same way, okay. So React Native also supporting those concepts. Is it clear? So that is the main purpose of this React Native. Okay. So if you develop a native is providing set of libraries to work with the mobile device. Coding is in React JS only, and additionally we are learning the native packages to handle the mobile components. That is the main concept of this React Native. Is it clear? Yes. Next one, React supports, okay, yeah, a Redux concept. Redux we are using to maintain the state of application. So state means it is very new concept. I will discuss what is state and how to work with the state. Those things I will discuss with you. And next one here, React is very faster. Like that, many advantages we have in this React if you compare with JavaScript. Is it clear? So these are the main reasons why we are using this React JS. Yes, got this point. So these are the main reasons to use the React JS over JavaScript we have discussed. Okay. Now, one use case I will tell you in which point of view the client-side scripts we are using, UI technologies we are using. React comes under UI development. So here, one example I will show you, that is login form. For example, login form you want to work. Yeah. Every website commonly contains registration form, login form. Okay. These type of forms are available, right? Yes. Now we are discussing login form, about this login form. Yes. So login form, if you take, so what are the steps involved in this login form? First step, we need to design form. Second step, so design form is, so we need to place the controls like username, text box, password, text box, like that. Yes. Second one, validate form. Yes, these controls are valid or invalid means empty or not, like that, this type of validation. And third step, send data to server, because that username password you want to check, okay, in database. So already registered user account is available or not with the matching username passwords, we need to check. That's why we are sending the data to server. And next step, yes, so check username password registered or fifth step, navigate to either welcome page or in yeah, these are the steps involved in this registration, sorry, login form. Now you tell me, you want to design the form, so what are the technologies we are using? Tell me. Yes, Mughal, Praveen. Yes, so I want to design this form, Manas. So which technology they are
HTML,
using in
CSS.
companies? Huh?
Using HTML and CSS.
HTML and CSS they are using here, and even Bootstrap also. Okay.
Yes.
Yes. Next one, validation point of view. I want to check these controls. Valid data we have. Valid means username password is available or not. Not that condition. Username text box is empty or not. Password text box is empty or not. These type of validations you want to perform. Then we are taking the support of, yes,
JavaScript.
yes,
jQuery or
client
JavaScript.
side script here. So client side script like yeah, JavaScript or React we can use. Yes, yeah. Next one, sending the data to server. In that point of view,
Server side scripts.
no. We are using Ajax from browser to send server. We are sending the data. In that point of view, we are taking support of Ajax. So here, this is also either JavaScript or next level technology of JavaScript like React JS. Okay, these type of technologies we are using. Next, check the data, means username password valid or invalid. So in server side script, we are checking those things here. Is it clear? Yes, in server side script, we are checking those things, whether username password valid or invalid. So here in that point of view, any server side script like yeah, ASP, PHP, Node, and JSP, like that, anything we can take now. Okay, and next one, navigate to welcome page or invalid user page. Okay, if username password valid, then we are navigating to welcome page. Otherwise, we are navigating to invalid user page. Okay, so in that point of view, we are taking the support of any client side script like here React JS. In React JS, we are using routing concept. Means a single login concept if we take in different locations. Okay, so we are working with these client side scripts like in second step. Yes, next one in step number fourth, not fourth, third, and step number 5. Okay, in these 3 different locations we are using the client side scripts. Not only in login form, if you take the registration form or any other forms, okay, these are the common things which we are using here. Yes, yeah. So you got some clarity where we are using client side script. Okay, so here in every concept of websites, compulsory client side script is required. Okay, yes, got this point. Now, any questions you have, any doubts? Till now we discussed some points. In these points, you have any doubts, any queries? You can ask me directly or you can send me the message. No issues. Preeti Patil, Mughal. No doubts, no queries. Yeah. So, for example, if you join in a company with the React.js, so what is your job designation? What is the role of your job? Will you become as UA developer or UA designer or server-side programmer or full stack programmer?
UI developer.
Yeah. What is difference between UI designer and UI developer?
UI designer in the sense might be so he will be design the screen. So what is the size? Then how
Exactly,
it
the
will be.
templates. Who is creating templates? So in this point of, if you observe here, first step, right? So who is creating the screen means the templates, the pages, who is designing using HTML and CSS. So that person we are calling as UI designer. Okay. So next one, UI developer.
UI developer in the sense, so how he is going to be write the logic between the server and the client, and he will be do the validation as well.
Yeah, who is working with clients and logics. Okay. So by using JavaScript or next level technologies of JavaScript like React, Angular, etc. Okay. Next one, server-side programmer. Yeah, you know who is working with backend coding by using so PHP, ASP, JSP like that. And next one is yes, full stack program. Who is full stack programmer?
Uh, who will be expert on the back end as well as the front end side. I mean, front end
Yeah.
side in the sense the UI technologies.
Backend means
Especially,
server side.
yeah.
Okay, front end is UI technologies.
Yeah, presently, I think might be the Angular. Who knows the Angular and the React JS? Either Angular or the React JS, including that, who will be work on the backend, then they will be considered full stack.
Yes, exactly. So who knows this client side script languages like Angular, React, not JavaScript. Okay, okay. Angular, React, along with PHP or Node or ASP. Okay, along with the database also, like so MySQL, PostgreSQL, or MongoDB or Oracle. So that person we are calling as full stack developer. Okay, so here front end plus backend plus DB. Next one, what is that? Men stack is also there. Yeah, very popular. This is the next level one. Okay, yes. What is men stack? So here you can see M stands for MongoDB. Yes. So means that is database. E stands for Express.js. What is E here? Express.js. Express.js is for server-side coding. It is framework of Node.js. And after that, N is there. Means node, server node, and scripting Node.js. Means that is backend coding. So database is MongoDB and server-side script is Node.js and its framework nothing but Express.js. And next one here, R is there, middle. R is nothing but front-end scripting, that is React.js. Means MongoDB, Express.js, React.js, and Node.js. This complete stack, okay, we are calling as man stack program. very popular. So after React, you can go with that merge stack. After 2 years or 3 years job experience in this React, you can choose this merge stack. And we have main stack also, same, but here front-end coding is Angular. Okay, so like that, here we have different types of job roles here. So right now we are coming under UX developer, which is very demanding in this software industries. Okay, yes. Now we are starting the concepts one by one. So as I told you, actually to work with this React JS, JavaScript is very important for us. Okay. Yes, JavaScript basic knowledge is very important. And next one, once not basic, not only basic, advanced JavaScript is very, very important for us. So we are discussing that advanced concepts also. So like closes, okay. Next one here, arrow functions, asynchronous programming. Like that, all this comes under JavaScript advanced concepts. So that's why we are starting that JavaScript concepts. Is it clear? Yes. So before entering into the syllabus, okay. So any other queries we have? Any other questions?
I have one basic question.
Yes, tell me.
So you are saying that main stock as well as the main stock. I think in this one, Node.js will be comes under the server side. Is that right? Node.
Yes, exactly.
Whether my question is very simple. I'm from the backend developer. So I will be comes under the Java side. Whether I should have to be go with the full stock or whether I will be comes under main stock if I will be learn with the React.
Yes. So even if you use React or Angular in front end and back end is JavaScript, back end is Java, then you will become a full stack. Okay. So if you use only Node.js, okay, then you will become a main stack. Node.js and framework or Node.js. In Java also we are using frameworks, not like Spring, Hibernate, like that. So here Express is the framework of Node. Is it clear? Yes.
Yes, clear.
Check it out in web, main stack job openings, very huge openings are there. Very, very huge. Now one more doubt you will get. So here why we have more openings on this React compared with Java, Angular? That is open secret, right? Okay. So here React has more job openings than Angular. What is the reason? The main reason is, so JavaScript developers can easily migrate to React.js programming. Yes, because it is coding, everything is related to JavaScript only. Just you should know how to use the functionalities, okay, of React, like data binding, single page application, and next one here, hooks, lifecycle hooks, like use state, use effect, okay, like the different types of use location, different types of lifecycle hooks are there, how to work with this lifecycle hooks. So those things, if you know, that is enough. Means if you already have idea on JavaScript, you can easily work with the React.js. In companies, many JavaScript programmers working, okay? So for them, it is not tough task to convert into React programmer. But if you take Angular, TypeScript is required. Is it clear? The TypeScript they have to learn separately. So that's why most of the JavaScript developers, their next level is React.js. So that's why in companies, many programmers, they are concentrating on React.js because already they know JavaScript. Is it clear? And second point is React.js learning curve is very simple. Okay, if you take Angular learning is little bit complicated, and React is very simple. And in comparison point of view, data binding, if you take data binding, so React supports one-way data binding. It is not supporting two-way data binding. So one-way means, yes, so variable updates will affect on the HTML controls like text box or any other controls. But if you modify HTML control, that modifications will not store in variable directly. For that, we need to write logic. But if you take Angular, Angular supports both one-way data binding and two-way data binding. Is it clear? In that point of view, Angular is helpful for us. Yes, React is also supporting data binding, but only one-way data binding. For two-way data binding, we have to write the logic. But in Angular, NG model one property is there. It performs two-way data binding also. Two-way means, so not only variable modifications on HTML control. HTML control, if you modify in text box, if you type that any new text, the text has to be stored in the variable which is linked with the control. So for that directly, there is no functionality in React, but Angular it contains functionality. And in Angular, we don't have, yes, virtual DOM concept. In Angular, we don't have JSX format. Those are available in React. Okay. So now if you take Angular, in routing point of view, Angular is more flexible than React. Like that, some advantages as well as some disadvantages, those are common. No? Yes. So anyhow, in learning point of view, React is very, very simpler than Angular. Okay. So that's why we got much huge openings in this React JS, no doubt in that point of view. Okay. Now we are going to start our concepts. Okay. So first of all, JavaScript I will discuss, and I will give you some introduction part about HTML also. Okay. So because in HTML, you should know how to group the elements. Okay. Because we are working with registration form, login form, these type of concepts. By that time, how to group the elements, those things you should know. I will explain those concepts. No worries here. Okay. Fine. Now here, first of all, if you take JavaScript, so JavaScript, is it client-side script or server-side script?
Client-side.
Yeah, already we have discussed many times now.
Client-side.
JavaScript is client-side script. Yeah, so JavaScript, it is client-side script implemented. So which organization is maintaining the JavaScript? Is it Sun Microsystems? No, no. Yes, Java belongs to Sun Microsystems, but now Oracle is maintaining the Java. There is no relationship between Java and JavaScript. Okay, yes. So JavaScript is maintained by Netscape Corporation. Initially, each is the person implemented the JavaScript. So that Mr. Each implemented the JavaScript and he named it as LiveScript. The main original name of JavaScript is LiveScript. So after that, they changed it as JavaScript, and he belongs to Netscape Corporation. Okay, so JavaScript is maintaining by Netscape Corporation, and basic version is released in 1995. Okay, so now all the concepts of JavaScript we are using in React. Additionally, more features it is providing for us. So what are the points we are discussing now? Those points are applicable for this React also. Now here JavaScript is loosely or dynamic typed script. So what is the meaning of this concept? Loosely or dynamic typed means what is that? It is not supporting the data types. That is the concept. Means data types means explicitly we don't provide the data types. For example, variables we are creating. in our programming. So variables we are using to store some values like numbers you want to store to perform some calculation or some username or any other information you want to store. Then we are taking the support of variables, right? Yes. Now at the time of variable declarations, generally we are using, so here, what the type of that variable, integer or string, yeah, which value it is storing, that information we are providing generally. So if you take C, C++, Java, .NET, etc., at the time of variable declaration, we are providing the data types. But if you take JavaScript, in JavaScript, we don't provide the data types at the time of variable declaration. Simply, we are using like where serial number is equal to 100 or something, where uname is equal to Scott. Like that, we are declaring the variables. We don't provide data types like int, string, boolean, etc. So means explicitly we are not providing the data types, but internally every variable contains the data types based on the value which we are storing. So what is the data type of serial number? It is integer. So what the data type of uname? It is string. Like that, internally every variable contains the data types based on the value which we assign. Is it clear? Yes. Some people they are thinking where is one data type. Don't feel like that. Where is not at all data type. Okay. If anybody have idea on JavaScript, so in these people, some people they are thinking where is data type. So where is not data type? What is it exactly? I will discuss with you. Where is access scope? Where let, like that we have these two keywords to declare the variables. Those are access scope. So to specify the access scope from so functions or from any specific block. Okay, so in that point of we are using where and let. I will discuss with you later what is this where and let. Okay, next one here, JavaScript is case sensitive. Okay, yes, that is common here. Okay, so case sensitive and Camel plus Pascal cases we are using. Yes, what is Camel case and what is Pascal case? So generally Camel case and Pascal case, if you take here, so every word first character is capital letter in both Camel and Pascal cases. For example, one function is collection of some words. Then in these words, every word first character is capital letter. But the main difference between Camel and Pascal, very first word, okay, first character is small in Camel case and Pascal case is capital. For example, here, document dot, okay, I will remove this dot here. Okay, so dot, so get element by ID. This is one function in JavaScript. Yeah, what is that get element by ID? So that concept we'll discuss later, but how many words it contains? This is one word, second word, third word, fourth word. So now here, every word first character is I is capital letter, B is capital letter, and next one E is capital letter, like that. But here, beginning, very beginning is small. This is Camel case. For example, Pascal, if you take here, this is also capital. Is it clear? If it is like that, then it is Pascal case. But in JavaScript, the functions are in the Camel cases. Okay, means starting with small cases. So objects are there. Objects are in the Pascal case. Okay, different types of objects we have. Okay, so those objects we will discuss. These objects are in the Pascal case, means starting with capital letter, and rest of the words, every word first character is same. Okay, capital only. Is it clear? So same syntax we are following in this React also. Next one here, JavaScript file extension be .js. So even we can also use within the HTML extension file, but separate files extension should be .js. Okay, that is very simple concept. Next one here, every browser default client side script is JavaScript. Okay, yeah, by default every browser support this JavaScript. Okay, in every browser we have JavaScript engines to run the JavaScript. Okay, and next one here, JavaScript is interpreted script. Yes, interpreted means line by line it is executing. For example, you have written 100 lines of code. Okay, then it will check first line, second line, third line, like that. In case if error is occurring fifth line, it displays that error message and stop the execution there. It is not going for the sixth line. Once you rectify that error and re-execute, then it is again checking from line by line, and then it is going for the sixth line. That is the concept of this. Is this clear? Yes. So here, actually interpreted and compiler, these two types of scriptings we have, but interpreted script is slow, compiler is fast. Okay, so here in JavaScript we have interpreted script. Okay, that is interpreted engine we have. So, but when you take the React.js, in React.js they're providing one compiler because interpreted is not that much faster. So that's why React they're providing Babel compiler. So that's why React is compiler script, not interpreted. Okay, it is using compiler to execute the script. So compiler means all lines are executing in single shot and displays the all errors. So the difference between interpreted and compiler execution is, so interpreted means if any error is occurred, stop the execution there. Compiler is not like that. So all lines executes at a time and display the all errors. Interpreted means, so error by error we need to check. That is the concept of this. Okay, the main benefit of React is they're providing one compiler. Is it clear? Yes. So now here JavaScript is providing many objects. Okay, supports many objects. So what is object and what are the types of objects we have? Those things we will discuss. Same objects we are using in React also, and supports ECMAScript, ECMA standards. Yeah, this is very important. We should know what is ECMAScript and what are the functionalities we have in this ECMAScript, what is the link between ECMAScript and JavaScript. Those things are very, very important. So I will cover all these concepts. So this is the basic information of JavaScript. Now we need to discuss how to work with the JavaScript. Okay, hosting concept. Next one, so array functionalities. Next one, objects and ES6 concepts, arrow functions, generators, okay, asynchronous programming, promises, lexical scoping, IAFT, like the different types of concepts are available. So one by one, these concepts will start from now onwards. Okay. Yes. So these basic points you should remember. So tomorrow onwards, we're starting the programming of the JavaScript. So JavaScript is case sensitive and loosely typed script. It is interpreted. Every browser supports JavaScript. So that's why here, no need to worry in React point of view, whether this function is supporting Internet Explorer or not, Mozilla Firefox or not, like that. These type of worries are not there. Okay. Yes. So any questions you have, okay, in this concept, or else, okay, any outer questions you have, you can ask me, no problem. Technical point of view. So the prerequisite is to learn this React.js is 100% JavaScript. Okay. And some basic knowledge on HTML. I will discuss that basics, everything in this HTML at the middle of the JavaScript. While working with the templates, that time I will deal with that. Okay. Yes. No queries. Fine. So tomorrow we will start the programming on this JavaScript. Okay. So once the JavaScript concepts completed, then we will start the React concepts. Okay. Fine. So no queries. I can switch off the session now, right? See you tomorrow session. You can leave. Thank you.
Have a nice day.
Yeah. Thank you.